This AI platform gives you access to every major LLM including GPT-o1, Claude 3.7, Grok 3, and Gemini 2.5. All the latest image and video generators, plus a code editor that works with AI to help you write better code. At $10 a month, it costs less than sharing your Netflix account with your ex. So today we're gonna test it out. There's a link to Chat LLM's teams in the description if you want to check it out too. Let's go. It's time for another episode of Is This AI Tool Any Good? AI. So this is what Chat LLM's interface looks like. So this is built by a company called Abacus, but their tool here is called Chat LLM. And at the top here we can see that we have Route LLM, and if we click here we have some of the models here. We have, let's see, we have access to ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, OpenAI's O1, DeepSeek, Grok. Well, there's a bunch of them. So we also have custom bots here which can do email answering agent, research assistant agent. But first, let's try some of these chat models, right? So these are basically the same as using them from the site themselves, but we're getting them inside of the tool here as well. It's a convenience, right? So let's have our prompt here. Why would penguins be the worst waiters in a restaurant in an igloo made of ice? So let's try this prompt with different models. So what the Route LLM will do is choose which language model it considers to be the best for my prompt. I don't know how they do that, but it's a pretty nifty feature, that if it works, that is. Penguins would make the worst restaurant waiters in an igloo serving food on ice skates for several reasons. Clumsiness on ice skates. Strapping ice skates to their feet would throw off their balance. They like to spend more time falling than actually serving food. Penguins love fish. So we use this prompt for GPT-4, and we have this option to regenerate with other models. Let's see what Claude says. I mean, you get the point here, right? I'm not going to read all of this, but basically, here's the text. Their flippers can't grip plates or trays properly, leading to constant food spills, yada yada yada. Again, this is GPT Mini. Here's the result. So basically we saw the difference in the answers for different types of LLMs, right? But here, if you want a specific one, you can pick whichever you want to use. I think it's kind of cool to have them all in one place and get different results though. I think that's the point of this. Chat LLM gives us access to multiple LLMs in one place. You can let it decide what model is best for your prompt, right? So what if you want to like logic, you can do something like that. And if you want to do something else, you can select a different model, right? Maybe you want to do some coding, well, you can pick Claude. So it basically has access to the API, and each generation is then going to cost a different amount of credits. With the subscription, you actually get access to this Code LLM, which is like an AI code assistant and editor. And you actually have the option to download it for Windows, for Linux, or for Mac. As I'm not an editor, we're not going to dive deep into that. I'm just letting you know that it exists. Now, let's look at something that I do know something about, and that is image and video models. Let's create a new project here. We're going to call it images, and here we can create different types of projects, right? And we can name them whatever we want. Let's try to generate something. Here we have the image section, right? And we can select which models we want to use. So we have some of the more popular ones. We have like Flux, we have Imagen, we have Recraft, Ideogram. Let's use Flux Pro Ultra, which is only available through API or from Black Forest Labs officially. You can download that one. And for the prompt, let's keep with the penguin theme. So we have penguin in an igloo restaurant serving fish to other penguins on ice skates. Okay, let's do that. So we modify the input prompt for improved image generation results checked. We click generate. So we got penguins serving fish. So these are the customers, and we don't actually see the waiter on ice skates, but at least they are together at the table serving fish, right? And how do we download this? Okay, so here we can download this right here. What's this about? So this is a prompt that was basically enhanced because we left the enhanced option on. You can copy this, and here we have an inpainting option. And if you watch my videos, you know that I love inpainting because it's just so good. So let's see how well it works here, right? So I can say remove penguin from the table. This is something you generally have to do manually. Okay, it didn't actually remove our penguin. It actually made it smaller here. Well, we tried. We're gonna have another penguin, and we can say add a baby penguin. And here we have our baby penguin waiting for its fish with the whole family. Pretty cute. So for 10 bucks, it's a pretty nifty feature to have, I guess. So let's try to generate something else. Let's click on image here. We want to generate a tiger in a hat eating ice cream. And this time we're going to generate this with ideogram. So this is ideogram 2A. That's actually an older model. I think ideogram 3 is out by now, but I don't see it here. No matter. Here we can change some aspect ratios, and we can change whether, oh, that's a lot of them. Okay, let's just do 16 by 9. We have some styles. We have general, realistic, design, anime. Okay, let's just do some anime this time, since everyone and their grandmother is doing anime images from ChatGPT. We have, it's a tiger in a hat eating ice cream, which is kind of cool. So we can just click on the butterflies here and say remove butterflies. Image generated by Flux. So, okay, so this image was generated by ideogram. Okay, but I mean, it did remove the butterflies, so that's a good thing. Let's try something else. So Recraft is one of those models that is actually pretty good, but it's not available to a lot of people. It's only available on their site and through API. So it's not used, I would say, at all in the open source space. I don't know how many are using it professionally, but from what I've seen, it's pretty okay. We're pretty decent, getting some good results out of it. So we're doing one image with Recraft, and here, so the size actually looks different, and styles, we got digital, illustration, realistic. Okay, let's go for realistic this time, and our prompt is a cozy mountain coffee shop and snow outside the window. Let's generate. So this image was generated by Recraft, so we got a pretty realistic coffee shop with snow here in the mountains. Don't forget that. And this looks, it looks actually pretty good. We also have a cup of coffee here. And this is a fast generation. Let's try to do in painting here too. And let's say that here we want to have a second cup of coffee added. So I'm really curious to see if this video generation option will change the model from Recraft to Flux, because we tried it twice now. The first prompt was generated with Flux, so it made sense for the option to be made with Flux. The second one, we generated with something else. So it seems that each time you kind of regenerate something, you're actually using Flux to do that. And that makes sense because Flux has in painting to change the images, right? But it did add a second cup of coffee, right? And it still looks realistic and nice, and that's really cool. And I really like the quality of it. I'm assuming it's using probably like the Flux fill model or something. And now for some coding. Here we're gonna do coding on this project. Let's call it II Captain. Create, let's see what code we want to generate today. Let's stick with the penguins. So create a script that generates a funny penguin dating profile app with name, hobby, and favorite fish, and one red flag. So let's see what it does. So for this, the LLM is going to reroute to Claude Sonnet. Oh, what's really good is if you actually gave us the code, right? So we do have all the code right here. So we have the output that we can copy, and we got all the profiles here, the profiles of the penguins, right? And it just analyzed itself. So it said, I noticed that Lady is Noble appears quite frequently in our generated profiles. So let's improve the script to ensure we get more unique combinations and add some more variety to our penguin dating profiles. So we just added a lot of penguin names, hobbies, favorite fish, and most importantly, red flags, and basically wrote all this code from scratch. I can't code to save my life, so I just trust that it's good. We're gonna have a lot of people in comments saying, oh, this code is not very good. If it works, it works. Stable Diffusion was basically held together with duct tape. So this improved version looks better. Oh, I noticed there's still a few patterns we could improve. So it analyzes its own output without us having to actually put a second prompt in. And that's kind of cool. I hate when you're working with ChatGPT and it's like, ooh, I think we should do this. But you have to prompt me for me to actually do that. It is what it is. So it just wrote this prompt and actually noticed its own mistakes. And that I kind of like. Sir Pengs III, hosting eagle parties. The red flag is it claims to be an influencer on penguin ground. We got Lady Snowball, likes belly sliding competitions. That's a penguin thing, right? They go by, ooh, and down in the water. At least they do on TV. Let's see what else we got here. Miss Frost, favorite fish, organic krill. And the red flag says that she has a collection of borrowed pebbles. I see, okay. How is krill not organic? I think they're just wild, all the krill. It's really impressive that it did all of this from one single prompt, and let's make it an interface for us, right? It just automatically codes for me. Penguin mingle trademark. I see the code here. So for programmers, they have access to the code, right? And can change stuff. For me, I don't want to go in and break anything, but the preview of the whole app is here. Yeah, so you can see the penguins here, right? So that's cool. Oh, and you can even regenerate the prompt using Claude 3.7 or GPT-4. So let's go to another project and check out some videos. If you click on more here, we can generate videos. So here we have Hilo Minimax, Luma Labs, Runway Onion. So many of the top tier video generation models that are available. So we're going to use Runway for this one. So I have this image I generated and will prompt British short hair dressed as a secret agent drives a sports car. That was actually pretty fast. So this video that was generated from this image is pretty good. We'll use Kling next. So Kling, start frame. Let's say that we want to take this image right here. I'm just going to put it here. So we have a turtle chilling on the beach with a cocktail. Like, how adorable is that turtle? Imagine being that turtle right now. And let's generate. So here we have our video generation with Kling. We have our turtle on the beach and it tries to eat the umbrella. So you can connect Chat LLM Teams to your Slack or the actual Teams if you want to. So if you want like GPT or, we can have Claude, we can put an email answering agent AI, basically any model that we want here. So we also have a team section in which we can create a team and invite people to the team. I mean, it's called Teams, right? And then you can do things together as a team. So we can create like chatbots, AI agents, Slack, Teams, Google Drive, and OneDrive. And for the $10 that you are paying, you get, I think, 2 million credits or compute points each month, right? So each video, image, LLM, they are all charged differently. So, it works as any other tool. So they deduct compute points or credits proportionally to the cost of each API. One good thing, though, that if you want to use Abacus, so Abacus hosts DeepSeek in, well, I guess it depends who you ask. Like if you are in the US, that's good for you because they host DeepSeek in the US. So your data is not being sent to China, it's not being used for training. Now, if you are in Europe, well, that's a different story. So why would someone buy Chat LLM Teams now? You'll have access to all the tools in one place. So you're kind of paying for that convenience. All of these tools are like, they have these API connections and you can go to each place separately and have like all the control from all of those tools. That's cool. It's just, with a tool like this, you have all kind of gathered together and you're paying for that service and that for that convenience. You have one account instead of 10 accounts or 20 accounts, right? So you don't have to pay that separately. You can test the same prompt on 4 different models and choose the best model, right? So, I mean, it's pretty cool for whatever you're doing. Like if you're doing, content or optimization, coding, whatever. So you save some time on that and you get a decent bunch of control, right? So you can create and personalize smart agents or automated tasks with fairly simple prompts. I mean, in our case, we used one prompt. And you can invite as many team members as you want in your team in Chat LLM Teams when you're working with the team. And $10 a month. So if you use AI in your workflow, let me know what you think about this platform. Until next time, have a good one. See ya!